So we're here in this amazing Airbnb. And we've already done a bunch of cool business stuff already.
And you're in Sao Paulo. My family or me?
You had a really interesting call with a company about getting interns.
Built 3 businesses from the ground up. I started thinking, where do I want to live? I've been traveling, 200 houses, 15 countries. And I want, what I'm creating for companies, I want to create for myself. Everything I learned from 16 countries, of 200 houses, of the best vegan places in the world, the most community-feeling people in the world. If they want to surf, that they can surf and they can work the hours they're not surfing. If they have kids, they can bring them to work. That it's a beautiful work-life balance. Hi. Welcome to this episode of Corporate Wellness. My name is Johanna, and for 5 years I've been working in the corporate wellness industry all around the world. Today I have the pleasure to introduce you to Mary-Ann from the UK. And when I say corporate wellness, I mean well-being. I mean every single thing related to being healthy in the mind and the body, having a life full of excitement and joy. And the corporate part is that it's related to companies, to cities, to work and life.
First of all, we looked at the market size and the total number of companies in the UK.
Oh, hi.
So, hello to my...
How did you find this company that's offering these
Law of attraction?
These interns?
I have no idea. They came to me, like, I don't know how that happened. Like, seriously, like, I got this email after a couple of days of huge transformation. That's how it usually happens. I go crazy, you know that. And that's usually when big things happen. And then I receive an email and I put my need out there, like, I need help creating the communities. I can't do it myself. And then I get an email, and 20 of the most successful interns of 20,000 are selected to help us.
Crazy.
And the founders are amazing, and I believe there's something bigger where people that are on the same frequency in the world automatically attract each other. And hey, welcome to week 3, episode 2. We will be talking all about nutrition. So, in the previous weeks, you've been having a look at what it means for you, whether you're working in a company, you're a freelancer, you have your own company, you're an investor with multiple companies, and you've been visualizing what it means for you to be free of space and time.
Where were the founders at the moment?
Vietnam.
Okay, so they were doing a similar thing to you. They were in different countries, you know, with big business plans and strategies and visions that they're sort of implementing and connecting with big players around the world. The interns will help you develop the businesses that you've got into a much bigger, you know, global type thing. You know, so just build it and scale it up, you know, what you've already got. So can you explain a little bit about the businesses already that you've got started? each one?
Yeah, when you asked the question, I got this vision that I started working with traditional companies. I'd go to a company and make the company a beautiful space to work, to connect with people, good food. Then I started my own company in a traditional building, and we'd be doing sleep challenges, eating fruit and pies, but I felt we weren't growing quick enough. Like my question was, how do I take this beautiful office we had with 8 people and grow to 20 countries in the world? That was a business plan by 2020, which is this year.
Okay.
And yeah, so I made this business plan. I never thought it was going to be reality, but we're now, I think, on 7 countries.
Yeah.
And I'm doing meetings with like 20 countries even today. So it's happening, but I never know how. And yeah, so then I downscaled, and instead of having our own office in Belgium, I started living in Canada, in Bali, and Portugal, renting out office spaces more by myself and getting a community around me of people in the country. And it's like the next thing is now bringing the two together. Because I loved having the people around, and now my colleagues and customers are all around the world, and I have to connect with the local community. And this is like the third step of bringing the local office and the remote office in one. So wherever I am in the world, I have the local people to connect with and my own colleagues that are on the same
But is that a vision for all of your businesses to be integrated into one thing, or is that a certain business you're working on at the moment?
The first business, I follow a bit my own needs, and my own needs was more purpose in my job. A job I could do my whole life.
Yeah.
I started working with companies, okay, how do I have people who can actually take this cool way of building a culture and teach companies, because every company needs one person to bring it in. And then the second business, I was working in a company and I was missing a cool culture. I couldn't find any company that had like a cool culture. MOOV-IT with software and apps.
Yeah.
People in the house next to me, oh, they're gonna dance, oh, they're gonna do yoga, oh, I wanna dance. So I wanna be able to connect straight away on my passions. The third business was the people who are doing this, they wanna travel, so it's a double job.
Okay.
So that was like the digital nomad book, and I business and the new baby is how to bring, and the companies, because they used to come to our office for inspiration, bring the companies together wherever they are in the world, in the 20 countries.
Okay.
Bring the people together that are making their own job, helping the companies and cities.
Yeah.
Wherever they are in the world. And then the third one, people who want to move from the 20 countries, that they all feel home. That's the fourth business.
Communities that are built around the world, like a smaller version of AirBnB, like a retreat, like a franchised retreat, community type thing. So be communities dotted around the globe that all have similar setup or principles or sustainability ideas. Is that what you're kind of envisioning?
I was in the most beautiful Airbnbs in the world, like in the beginning in Peru. At first I would stay in hostels. But I wouldn't feel connection because I was the only one working. Everyone would be partying and I'd be like, I have a meeting at 8. So that wasn't my perfect environment, but I did have the social. Every time I wanted, I would go in a sofa and I would talk to someone. So that felt good. And then I went to Airbnbs and I had the most beautiful, my own room.
So I remember in Peru, like calling my parents, I feel a bit lonely, going in the street, just going to a vegan cafe, talking to the owner.
Yeah.
And the owner of the vegan cafes become my friends in all the cities. What I like about Airbnb, but not all Airbnbs have it, is that the hosts are welcoming. Like, we're in an amazing Airbnb, the way we got welcomed today, that was incredible. I know about the founder of the land, I know about the person who hosts us. I feel really
cool area.
welcome here. We can walk around, there's a vision for tiny houses, so that feeling, and Booking.com definitely doesn't have it, Airbnb has it, but not enough yet.
Yeah.
So I want to create more of that with ambassadors who welcome people. If I walk in an Airbnb, I need to have a desk because I had to make it this afternoon.
Right, so you're just about to go into a call?
Yep.
How do you prepare for it?
I make sure I have paper and a pen because for me it's absolutely important that I can write. I have my book with me because I've noticed at school, even though it's online, that people know I have some experience, that I've written a book. I have my laptop in front of me because if I want to show how the course looks like, I can go straight away on my laptop. I make sure it's on Wi-Fi, that it's charged, the phone is charged. I look in my agenda. This is someone I'm calling right now, and I have the ears. So that's it. I need to have my desk ready. I need to have places to put all my own stuff. I need to have a cozy room. I need to have the app we have and see, okay, tonight I can meet.
Okay.
Because now I'll be in Ubud and I'll be looking up all the acro yoga.
Okay.
And it was a lot of work, so I wanted to be arranged for me, everything.
Can you explain a little bit more about the app and how it works and what it's designed to do or how it's designed to connect people?
The app is designed in the idea of connecting people through passion.
Okay.
With passion being one of the 8 topics in our MOOV-IT pyramid. So the MOOV-IT pyramid has movement, nutrition, mind, emotion, social, addiction, sleep, and purpose.
Okay.
So people who want to do personal development and well-being, they connect through the MOOV pyramid. So in the app you look based on the MOOV pyramid, I want to work on my mind, who's doing something working on the mind. Meetups already existed, but meetups is large groups, and like meetups would be often commercial, people wanting to sell a workshop, while our app is really, I want to meet people that are at the same level as me, to meditate with. Like this morning, I want to just wake up, I'm going surfing right now from 9 till 10 and then I'm going to work. And then Grace was just immediately, I want to surf too, bam, and we did it. She did a walk and I surfed, and that was a perfect work break. And I wasn't alone, we had a chat in the car. So that kind of a community feeling without needing to have a class, I don't need a surf class, without needing to teach her, like just spontaneous gathering.
Almost like a mix between meetups and like Facebook groups of people that meet similarly.
The city pays for it or the company pays for it. And they educate people because there is not enough offer. So if I'm not going surfing, there's not going to be surfing. The Byron community manager, whom I train with the second business,
Yeah.
would call me and say, welcome in Byron Bay. What's your passions? Okay, you serve. When do you serve? How many people can join? Okay, would you like me to make an activity for you tomorrow? And 3 other people, entrepreneurs, will be there too at the same spot. And I'd be like, yeah. Because it will motivate me. I don't have to go alone. And he'd be like, you'll even get paid just for taking the initiative. So my energy of bringing people together is being rewarded of Move coins.
Yeah.
And if I can gather 8 people or 20 people just by showing my lifestyle, people get inspired, and then I can go to other people who maybe build tiny houses, and then I can learn from the tiny house, and the tiny house builder gets Move coins.
Yeah.
So it's like a system of showing initiative as a currency.
Where can I find this app? What's the app called on the App Store?
MOOV-IT Corporate Communities.
MOOV-IT Corporate Communities.
And if you download the app, you need to choose Digital Nomads Community, because that's the only one that's open. There's like 30 companies in it, but those are closed communities. So
okay, nice.
Yeah.
So lots of stuff happening. We've got that big call. We've got, all of your businesses. We've got different interns who could be working on it to expand it, things like that. We've been
it's all classroom full.
we've been doing a bunch of talks about different businesses and high level thinking about investors coming in and buying land and lots of big projects. We've been brainstorming and figuring out how we can get it off the ground and the different levels of it, things like that. We've also been, spitballing ideas about videos that we can create over the next 2 days in this awesome space. So, there's videos you want to do for a MOOV-IT community.
I teach people how to create their own work-life balance based on the MOOV pyramid. Only in the UK, of 8,000 companies, only 250 have this job filled in. App that cities and companies order, and people in their community share pictures of their passion via the MOOV pyramid. Fully understanding how to change behavior and long-term habits. This will prepare you to be confident when you suddenly from one day to the other are responsible working with 200 people or more. I developed the MOOV pyramid, which has 8 areas to help people create their own dream work and lives.
There's videos you want to do explaining your courses more.
Welcome to how to get started creating your dream life, living on your own terms, free of time and space.
I've got videos I want to do. I've just got a new travel backpack that got sent to me to review. So I want to review that in this house, which will be really cool because it's such a good sort of scenery, and in the day you've got this amazing view behind us that looks amazing. So there's definitely opportunities for videos plus photos, and it's just an inspiring place to think these big thoughts type thing, because there's so much open space.
And I was doing my call this afternoon, and I was just sitting in the sofa with this amazing view on the whole valley, connecting with someone from Brazil, And it felt so cozy. I wanted to talk for hours. Like it was his 1 a.m. and we just kept talking and like kept going. Like I was so happy just by like, I don't know, I didn't even put it on my tripod. I was just holding it like and I was laying in the sofa. It felt really good space to just do calls. It's different than in a small room looking at a white window. No, there's like this whole valley.
Yeah, and so like one thing that you've definitely experienced, Griet, is the payoff of paying for more expensive Airbnbs.
Yeah.
You know, so you might be traveling and you might be thinking like, oh, you know, I just need, you know, a desk and that's it, or I might just need a bed. But then, you know, if you're staying in Airbnbs, you might realize that, you know, it's really hard to get work done when everyone else is there to party and socialize and you've got to work.
Yeah.
So then you go, it pays for itself by being inspiring for you to get more work done. So if it's hard to get work done, like there's bad Wi-Fi or there's no desk or there's, you know, it's not sort of pretty to look at or there's not much natural light, it sort of inhibits, you know, how much work you can do or how productive you can be. And pleasant environment that supports you in your work, then you can make more money than the Airbnb costs you to be in. So it becomes worth it. And so you've been telling me that, you know, the more expensive, higher level Airbnbs seem to always push you and inspire you to, you know, close more sales and to think bigger, and so that it is usually worth it for
always
expensive Airbnbs. So that's a good tip in terms of money mindset and entrepreneurial mindset.
Feel it before you have it, which is the basics of law of attraction. And somehow it works on money too, and the houses were an easy thing to start playing with it. Because I remember the first time I rented a big house because I grew.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, but I don't have that much income or money right now. And I just like, okay, but just see if this law of attraction works.
Yeah.
And I always do it times 2, times 3, times 4 return on investment.
Yeah.
And so that was the first thing. And then the second thing I learned about money mindset was that outsourcing everything that's not my passion, everything that I'm not excited as hell for, I don't do anymore. And I learned that like even laundry and cooking and a lot of the daily stuff, sometimes for me it takes a lot of energy because I think it's not fully aligned with my passion. I love to pack my own bag. I don't think I'll ever hire anyone to pack out my bag just because I love putting the clothes everywhere. And so those are things I love to do, my nails myself, and so those are things I would never really outsource. But like the laundry or having someone clean the house, I just think, the laundry, it takes me 2 hours, so that's 2 hours I'd be having 2 calls, and I know I closed almost 1 in 2 calls. And I have a system that I can serve the same amount of customers. I can serve as good 300 customers as one. I have a goal of this big vision of building communities. So I want to put in the effort and bring all my energy towards meeting people, making sure they're working in their purpose too. I can bring more people, the communities, so I do make those trade-offs all the time now. I kind of outsource it. I do it for my personal life too.
I was going to say it's still recording.
Oh!